Alright folks, so just to continue on very quickly, sorry I know this is taking a long time, we're going to skip down on the next paragraph. One of the drawbacks, or one of the kind of bad news they're getting, or bad reputations. How many organizations and individuals have attacked TNCs as being exploiters of poor people, especially women and children who live in less economically developed countries. You've made a note of that already, we can just highlight it. A couple of little examples just over here. Okay, so this is dated again, but these are still some of the largest ones that I've highlighted here. Okay, ExxonMobil is an oil company, petroleum oil. Walmart, we should all know, is retail. Then Toyota and Ford are two car companies. You don't need to know all this here, all right? But just some examples of large companies around the world. Global car industry, all right? Again, car firms, just an example, they found that by locating different parts of the world, they could, first of all, get around trade barriers, okay, which would save money, reduce costs by gaining access to cheaper labor and raw materials, and be near large markets. So just think about what these companies are trying to achieve, okay? They want to pay as little tax and stuff as possible. They want the cheapest costs, okay, so workers and land and stuff, raw materials, what they need to make their product. And then they want to be near a big market where they can sell lots of their product then, okay? So they want to save money with the first two bullet points, then make as much money with the third one. That will equal bigger profits. All right, very quickly, just to move on to page 146, just going to look at something just up the top of this page here. All right, let me just move that in a bit. So the Pacific Rim, okay, the Pacific Ocean, obviously. These include countries in Australasia, Asia, North America, and Latin America, okay? So more recently acknowledges that the shift in the location of the world's manufacturing industry away from countries in North America. So countries like the UK and America used to manufacture and make lots of stuff. Nowadays, that's shifted, okay, to Eastern Asia. So the emergence of the newly industrialized countries, NIC, all right, especially in Eastern Asia. Now we got Japan here, and you got Malaysia just down there. We're not going to cover all of this. You just need to know Japan and Malaysia. Okay, so highlight that last little bit up the top of the page there, and then we're good. So I'm just going to get the next bit of work for you now. Okay, next of all right, and this is going to take some time because we have to add a lot of notes. All right, I will attach this again, but you've been given this scan already. It starts off with industry definitions, and it goes down like this. We're going to start on this page, newly industrializing countries, and we're going to do these couple of pages here, okay? This sheet here will be your assignment. I will go through that last, but we got a lot of notes and stuff to add to this first, okay? So let me make this a bit bigger. All right, so you can see now I'm going to go through a lot of notes to add to this. You may need to print it out, okay? There's not much else I can do about that, unfortunately. So what we'll do is just have a highlighter or have a pen or something ready, and let's make a start. So in the characteristics box, okay, this here, all right, first things first, I want you to highlight this whole box or underline. So you might have to print, you're probably going to have to print this out, but I want this whole box here, okay? Multinationals play a part in newly industrializing countries. They facilitate economic development, so they help the economy to grow to their economic and political power. Remember, we said they're more powerful than most countries now. They also bring capital, which is money, skills and knowledge. All right, so they're very, very important in helping a country become richer. All right. Next thing of all three, where do I want to say? I want you to highlight these 3 bullet points as well. 3 main groups of NICs have been identified: Asian tigers, Hong Kong, Singapore, South Korea, and Taiwan. Okay, they're now incredibly wealthy countries, but they're newly industrialized. All right. Latin America, Brazil, and Mexico. All right, and European countries such as Spain, Portugal, Greece. Forget about Yugoslavia; it doesn't exist anymore. Okay, so that's the first little bit of highlighting there. Okay. Now, we're going to skip past that. The effects, okay? As with everything in geography, when something happens, there are effects. Economic, things that affect business and jobs. sorry, let me, okay, social, things that affect people, and environment, obviously things that affect the environment. All right, so you can add that here. What were the effects on the business and jobs and wealth? What are the effects on people, and so on? First things first, okay? We're going to read through these. Under economic, I want you to highlight the first one, standards of living increase, okay? I want you to highlight number 3 here, all right? 1, 2, and 3. Beside the third one, okay, we're going to add, you just put in the Bahamas, okay? So what happens is there's a shift in the manufacturing industries, so especially young working population. More and more young people start working. So when a country starts to get richer, these are the effects. It raises the standards of living, more young people start working in manufacturing. Okay, there's a decline in agriculture. All right, less people are working in agriculture, they're moving into working in factories and making things. Now, I know that doesn't sound ideal, but remember we're talking about very poor countries slowly getting richer. So they would have been working in agriculture, making very, very low money or none at all. Now they've moved into manufacturing. Okay, third bullet point, increase in service industries, transport, retailing, so on. The Bahamas is in here, and we'll look at that in just a couple of minutes. This bullet point then as well, growth of urban infrastructure. And beside that, I want you to say young people moving to cities. What happens is as a country starts to get richer, you will notice there's a more clear definition between cities, the urban cities, and the rural countryside. Cities start to grow and increase in size, okay, especially with younger populations. Down to social, okay, the second bullet point, again, that kind of reinforces what we just set up here. Population change, age selective migration to urban areas. Urban means cities. So what happens is, as the country gets richer and richer, most of the jobs are found in cities, so young people tend to migrate or move to the cities. All right. Urban then, I want to highlight the first one. Migration leads to the rapid development of shanty towns or slums, increased birth rate and population growth. So as more people move into cities, especially young people, all right, it tends to overpopulate the cities and you get these slums and stuff developing. All right. The second one, concentration of unemployed and poor people. So while there are lots of jobs being created, all right, there's such a huge influx or movement of people towards these jobs that there's not enough jobs for everybody. So there's a lot of unemployment. Number 3, high crime, disease, and so on. And number 5, unsatisfactory working conditions. All right, so they're the key bits. So there's good and bad things happen. All right, if you visit cities in some of the developing countries of the world, some that are kind of halfway, that are slowly getting richer, the cities have really, really good bits and lots of really bad bits, bad areas. Okay, it's shocking. Now, economic effects. Okay, so, or sorry, environmental effects. I just want to do 1, 2, and 3. So again, natural environment lead to destruction of habitats, water pollution, air pollution. Okay, it's always the same stuff. All right, whenever humans are involved, bad stuff happens in the environment. Now, this is where things get a little bit more interesting. You need to know Rostow's model of development. Okay, you need to highlight that just there. All right, don't need to know about him, but he came up with this theory or this model for how countries develop. Okay, it had 5 stages. Traditional society. So what we had here is poorest up to richest in terms of countries, not people. Okay, so he said a traditional society, we're going to go through them. Okay, traditional society was based on farming, agriculture, only not really making money, just growing crops only for yourself and your family. All right, then preconditions for takeoff: the economy in the country takes off, drive to maturity, and age of mass consumption. The USA and the UK and Germany would be up here now. Think about mass consumption. They consume huge amounts of energy, food, water, products, technology, all these kind of things. All right, so essentially this one is the poorest countries, this is the richest, and this is everybody else in the middle. I'll tell you where Bahamas is, and we'll also look. Bahamas is one of the reasons why this is not a foolproof theory. So I'll actually add another little video all about Rostow's model, okay, just to your class summary sheet as well, okay, so on Plus Portal. So you can have a little look at that to try and help you understand. All right, the first thing I want to do, and we'll get that done in this video, is I want you to, if once you print out this sheet, or if you're drawing this on your notes, which you could also do, actually that's probably a good idea, maybe you should just draw these stages. We need an axis going up like this, and an axis going this way with an arrow and an arrow. So this one is a line going up with an arrow, this one's a line here with an arrow. Alright, so what we have going up here is income, okay, income and wealth, and along here we got time. So this axis with an arrow will have time, this axis going up here, income and wealth. Alright, so as time goes by, the country should develop. As a country develops, it should get richer and richer, so we get this very simple correlation. Alright, so I'm going to stop just there. Okay, I'm going to have to make a third video, and that should see us through the rest of our content. Alright.